Alrighty, folks, it is August 22nd, and the National Association of Realtors has just put out their existing home sales for July. I talked about on the daily financial news. In a nutshell, sales are down 2.2%. They are down 16.6% from last year. And drum roll, please, prices are up something like 1.2% year on year. So we're actually going to look at the PowerPoint. I have not looked at it yet. This will be the first time Matt, Dion, and I are looking at it, just to see what's going on across the country. You guys ready?
Ready.
Awesome.
I really like when we look at headlines because you make an assumption based on that. Like Kevin just came out with a video on the 50% crash coming. And then spent 12 minutes talking about why there is absolutely no crash coming.
Funny. All right. Well, here's the number, folks. Again, you could go to National Association Realtor Existing Home Sales. You can get this. This is, I'm not making this up. It is out there. So this, again, is transactions. I really wish somebody told me a year ago that there's a transaction crash coming. I really wish somebody said that. We went from 6.3 to 4.07. The low mark is 4.02. Just so everybody's.
I'm pretty sure somebody had a conversation about how it would be in the threes by the end of the year.
It's going to be in the threes next month.
Yeah, it is.
It's going to be in the threes next month. Next month is going to be ugly. We have mortgage rates now at 7.48. They're going to average sub or over 7 for the month. It is going to be nasty, nasty, nasty. It wouldn't shock me if it's 3.75, 3.8. And it's reported, just so you guys know, September 21st, it will be eye-opening how bad it is. But again, that's transactions.
It is
not price.
True story.
True story. All right. So that's that number. Look at that chart of price. Man.
Gorgeous.
Gorgeous. And again, one of the reasons the median home price, again, and this is funny, I actually talked about it on the daily financial news, Matt. I know you don't watch live. I think I talked about it this morning. I'm like, Matt and I have a dollar bet, friendly bet. And basically, we're going to start to see it play out next month. My theory has always been the low end is hot. Prices are up firm.
Yep.
The high end is going to see the big drops. And my suspicion has always been we're going to see those people break first. Hence, you could get 100K off. You can get 150K off. But it will be stuff above the median, which is going to pull the median up. That has always been my theory. Your theory is they can hold longer. The low end is going to dominate because the luxury won't transact. I think we're going to find out in August, at least early signs of who might be right.
My belief is that we see it all culminate January and February. Okay. Because what you guys who don't live in Siberia don't know is that transactions here stop. Yeah. So transactions here stop. They slow down in most parts of the country, November, December. But in January, you guys, with New Year's and into the new year, like transactions around most of the rest of the country really don't slow down. They come back. In January and February, when there's 1.5 feet of snow on the ground here, it's really slow because nobody wants to move. Those are all.
You know what? I'm going to call bullshit on that.
Go for it.
Because it is always Siberia in January. So the seasonality in the numbers are always there. So this is not something unique. It's not like global warming has caused New Hampshire to have, a rough winter. It's always a rough winter.
Sure. But where it differed though was when you had the crazy rates and you had the FOMO market, that drew out everybody. And this, we all know most people's constitution is that of puppy poo after a week's rain.
Yeah.
And we know they're soft. And so because that's most people's constitution, it only means that the ones that are still going to transact are the have-tos.
Yeah.
The ones,
dude, I think that's where we are. I think August is going to be the have-tos. Yeah.
Well, but that's where I think that last year, like December, February, I think that we weren't in the have-tos then. I think we were still in the, hey, we're missing out. We got to get this done. And that's where I think changes.
Gotcha.
Dion?
Yeah, we'll see. I love the fact that you got some dates out there. Dion, any thoughts on this so far?
Yeah, the thing that's going to be frustrating to me on this is when the high end eventually, whether it holds sticky or it comes down, when it comes down and that median price drops because the high end takes such a large, $200,000 off of a $2 million house isn't a lot for that $2 million house. But that's going to bring the median down. So there's going to be people who say, I'm so glad I waited to buy because the median price is lower.
Sorry. That will affect average. That doesn't affect median.
Right, but what I'm saying is when the median, when it looks like prices are coming down because the high end comes down, and people hear whatever chart they look at, that home prices are coming down. But that $200,000, $300,000 or $400,000 house that they were looking at buying, is $50,000 more.
Right.
They're going to say, I waited for prices to come down like they are and then pay more for the same house.
Yeah. Yeah. Again, median is a very sneaky thing because not a lot of people get it. My theory around median, and this is essentially where Matt and I disagree.
Yes.
I believe what's going to happen, and we may see it starting in August. I think you certainly see it in September, is you're going to see more of the well-to-do cry uncle. Their second home, their vacation home, the whatevers. And they're going to take a 10 or 15 or 20% hit. My theory is that is going to happen at a disproportionately high scale and pull the median up.
Agree. Yep.
Not down, up.
I completely agree with your idea of how it will happen. Or I completely agree with your hypothesis of how it will happen. That's where you're exactly right. That's where we differ. I believe that those transactions just don't occur. If they occur, you're 100% correct because that's going to buoy the median price or the median sale.
Right.
Totally get that. Absolutely. I just believe that group disappears and doesn't.
Yeah. And that is the whole puzzle. That is August. We're going to see, we are not going to see any want to sell. It will only be have to sell.
Yep.
And we're going to find out.
Yeah, we said 10%, so we'll revisit it. 10% from the peak to the trough.
Existing home sales, not new.
Correct. Yes. Disclaimer, I don't know how to read charts. I actually know how to read the charts and interpret them just fine. What I don't know how to do
read footnotes.
The right chart.
That is funny. But to Dion's point, like when you talk median versus average, Dion, you're absolutely right. I think what you're highlighting is how disproportionately average prices could fall. And believe me, the crash bros and the doomers would jump all over that.
Oh, of course.
Yeah. So the average price could go down, but median could go up. That could be a weird thing.
Since I don't have Matt's brain or Zuber's education, I'm going to ask a question and let you guys clarify.
Okay.
Looking at this right here, existing home sales median price percentage change year over year. In the 7th month of 2022, it was up 9.4%. That very first chart, right on the far left.
Correct.
So that's almost a 10% increase from 2021.
Correct.
Okay. So the far right one, the 7th month of 2023, we're up 1.9% from 2022.
Correct.
Which means that we're almost 12% up from 2021.
Well, it's compounding, so it's a little bit more than that, but yeah.
Right.
Yes, correct.
Okay. 12. So those ones where it says prices went down 2.4% or 3%, if we could see the 5th or 4th month of the year before, we would still be up from 2021, 2020.
No question. By a long shot. Yeah.
And so this is where people say, well, I waited for the housing prices to go down. It went down 3% in May. Right. From an increase year over year, couple years in a row.
Yeah, I think May prices were like 12% or something last year. Again, that's just from memory. Yeah, so you're down from the 12% increase. Yeah. And again, you can see the chart right here.
Yeah.
Right. So
this is where I feel, I don't want to say sad for, disappointed for the people who since 2019 on that chart there, that have been waiting for the crash, that somebody keeps screaming is coming right around the corner, making a video every other day. You know, they had the opportunity to buy in maybe 2020 and they didn't. And now they've literally lost $100,000 in growth on the median price there.
Yeah. And lifetime low rates and this and that, and let inflation be your friend. Folks, when you listen to Crash Bros and you don't do your own work, you get what you got. So there you go. You didn't do the work. You trusted some failed mortgage broker or somebody who lives in his mom's basement. Shame on you. So total existing home sales percentage year on year, this is still down. These are transactions. I wish somebody called a transaction crash, not a price crash. But there you go.
It was one of our most viral videos for me and you. We usually get 2,000 to 5,000 views. That one got over 30.
There you go. And to your point earlier, Dion, if you go back to 2022, which was down 20%, this is down 16% on that down 20%.
Yeah.
So again, transactions down, down, down. This one's interesting. I hadn't seen this yet. First-time home buyers. Shout out to first-time home buyers who went up 1%. This is again year on year. Sales to investors up 2%. Cash sales. Yeah, who says that interest rates don't matter? If you have cash, there you go. Distressed sales. Oh boy, those foreclosures and short sales, they're coming. Yeah, whatever. And then days on market. We're going to go from a teenager to over 40. This is the number I'm watching. This is the number that will this could be 40 by the end of the year. Easy. By the region. This chart really doesn't make any difference unless you compare it to trend, which I don't know why they don't do.
Right, you'd have to see what's happening each year there.
Yeah. And then where are all the sales? Most of the sales between 250 and 500. All right, 100 to 500, dominates the market. And then percent change. Percent change in single family from year ago by price range. Oh, this is interesting. Oh, sales, the percent change of sales. So it's basically saying $1 million sales are down 7%. Cheap homes are down 23%. Transactions. These are transactions. So again, interest rates matter. Transactions down 23%. Pretty crazy. So at the end of the day, that is existing home sales. Let me be clear. Oh, we lost Matt. Where'd he go?
He texted us too. His internet went down again.
The gremlins got him. But what I wanted to say here is I want to be very clear. Existing home sales reported September 21st, 2023 will be ugly. Transactions will be sub 4 million. I will be watching price because I think price will once again prove to be sticky and blow people's minds away. Dion, any closing thoughts?
I still think prices at the end of the year on the properties that we primarily invest in the one rental at a time community, which I think tends to be between 200 and 700,000. That's kind of the range where most of us are investing.
Yeah, for sure.
This year, those prices are still up.
Oh, no question. There was a great broker in Houston. I wish I remembered his name. Lance Lampert, gave him a shout out on Twitter, that did a heat map. Every broker worth their salt, and if you were a detailed buyer, you would do this too, is by price range in your market. What you're going to find is that it's hottest in the low end and coldest in the high end. I wish somebody told me this was coming, because that's just what's happening. So I think you're absolutely right. The stuff that we buy is going to get hotter. And oh, by the way, active inventory is not going up. It's just not. We could see days on market double, but active inventory go up 5%. Noodle on that for a minute. How does that break your brain? The transactions are just going to stop.
Well, I'm always curious to see where the doomers are going to get their next little soundbite that makes it seem like the crash is right around the corner, because they will find it. They will find something. Or
they'll make it up. They'll just play with data, massage them that nobody else can repeat, and make it up. That's been
actually fruitful. I referenced Meet Kevin's video earlier. That's basically what it was. It was made up data. They took a small window of what's happening with Airbnb, skewed the data to make it look like it was a massive crash coming, and Meet Kevin basically very easily just tore it apart and said, here's why none of that's actually true. Not only is it not going to go the way they say, but the way they presented it is a lie, like an on-purpose lie.
Yeah, there's an individual that's been on CNBC that is routinely massaged numbers in ways that no one can repeat to create a story that he wants that benefits his story. And if people can't repeat the data and the assumptions, let that just sit there. What does that mean if nobody else can reproduce it?
Fear gets clicks.
Fear. Well, yeah. I actually have this thing called vidIQ, and the guy makes 80 grand a month. I ask you this: why would he stop? Why would he stop? Dion, where can people find you?
Right here on YouTube, not getting views because I don't try to spread all of the fear. Dion Talk Financial Freedom.
Thank you, buddy.